This women's quarterfinal game has just ended. The Ducks won 4-0. You are watching the Broomball National Championships. My name's Grant Dawson. I'm going to take you the rest of the way here for the Men's A National Championship. Legion Broomball Club. Legion Broomball Club beat MedX in overtime. And Kelly Lake took down the Chiefs.
I think the sound seems to be coming from the computer, honestly, earlier. So
I don't know what that means.
I'm saying you don't need to talk to the camera, you should talk to the computer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I was sitting on that side of Twigs earlier and they said they couldn't hear me, and then I switched to this side and they
And it
suddenly
was
said
better.
they could hear me way better.
Oh,
so
maybe it's pulling from that mic.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay. Anyway, we got... No, you're good.
Oh, actually, never mind, you are in the way.
Actually,
You
you've got
are-
that goal blocked, so...
So lay down.
Yeah, exactly. Find a different seat, man. Yeah, if you sat in those two, you're great.
Just like one row back or something.
Yeah. You can go down if you want.
Yeah.
But if you sit there, you're good. Okay. You're good there. Yep. Just so you're not in front of that goal. Thank you, guys. All right. Getting some cooperation from the fans. Minute 15, and we're going to get the big show underway. Both of these teams. You know, some of the best broomball players in the country here.
Yep.
No doubt about it. This is high tempo. Pace of this game will be fast. Legion's going to probably overall have a little more pace to their game than the current Kelly Lake team. Kelly Lake has one line that can fly historically. And we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see what the defensive plan from both teams is. How conservative will Legion be to start? Running a zone trap, or will they try to play man against Kelly Lake? Try to pressure Kelly Lake with a forecheck. You know, Kelly Lake's D isn't the fastest group on planet Earth.
The Lopez brothers has added a lot of speed to them, but still.
Totally. But, yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see. Neither of these teams are unfamiliar with each other or unfamiliar with big games and big moments. So
They are. We do have the last two national champions represented here, with Kelly Lake winning last year and Legion winning the year before that.
yep. And Kelly Lake the year before that.
Yep. These teams have never played each other in a national championship, though, so we do have a new national championship matchup.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bob Suter Legacy 20 Arena here in Middleton, Wisconsin for the 2025 ABA Men's Class A National Championship. It features the visitors, Kelly Lake, taking on the home team, Legion BC.
An old-fashioned purist. Well, here we go. Both teams shaking off a little pregame nerves. Last minute, just technical reminders of what's going to be happening out there, what they want to accomplish. I've been in these types of huddles a lot of times. You're not going over anything you haven't talked about 100 times, but you just last minute reminder, you're getting yourself fired up, playing the game you want to play at the pace you want to play it. So much of these games is about control. Who's going to control the tempo? Who's going to control the momentum? Winks, Sikic, Lopez, Foreman, Sikic. Burmis in net for Kelly Lake this week, missing their traditional goaltender. Hanson, War, Kirby, Spencer, Eckhart for Legion. Foreman controls. You're great. Foreman to Lopez. Lopez touches that forward. This is Winks. Winks trying to flare it across to Sikic early. Sikic with a shot, and it's touched in beautifully. Kelly Lake up a goal immediately. The pass from Winks to Sikic. Lopez touches it home right off the draw. 19 seconds into the game. And Kelly Lake up 1-0. A dream start for Kelly Lake. Legion Kirby wins the draw. This is Spencer. Spencer's going to try to just calm things down. You're a little shell-shocked when something like this happens, and you just want to settle in and play your game. There's so much broom ball left to play. Here's Houchin. Legional control. Legion to Hansen. Hansen, a dazzling player, can do so much on the ice. Spencer to War. Spencer with a bomb. High over the bar. Kirby will be the first one there. Scott Houchin wide. Tries to get it to him. Sikic will pressure. This is Houchin. Houchin forward to Spencer. Spencer keeps it low. Tony Sikic will take over. Broomball Hall of Famer. He sends it back to Burmis, who touches it to Foreman. Foreman.
Number 13, Pete Sikic. Unassisted, 10 that goal comes at the 19-second mark. Sikic all alone.
Not true. Winks set Sikic up, and Sikic touched it to Lopez. Lopez with the goal. Here's War. Courtright. Courtright tries to center in and into Lopez and can't. Bashon makes a good play. Aiden seeing his first shift of the day. Bashon comes through, trying to tap it through two people, and here's Hansen. Flipping it into space, trying to turn the corner on Courtright. Can't quite do it. Here's Sikic. Sikic forward. Sikic facing pressure from War, and he turns the corner. Sikic already has a great pass in his broom once today, looking for another one. This is sent across. Talking unload and does. High and wide off the glass.
Correction on the goal, it was number 6, Zach Lopez.
They got it corrected. This is Tahoe with the ball. He just flares it down low. Held down. Battled in the corner. Shot on by Conan, just over the bar. Conan can unload.
Had a goal in the semifinal game.
Courtright. Down low, this is Kellum. Kellum pestered by Houchin in the corner. Conan. Conan just tries to send that across to Ta and does. Ta steps around, has a chance to dangle. Ta with a good shot. Wide all the way. JC didn't need to make a save. Spencer. Ta sends it to Courtright. All Kelly Lake in the zone right now. Just able to control. Here's Kellum. There's Conan trying to hit one. Can't quite control it. Now Hansen. Hansen's got to get past Courtright. Can he do it? He does touch it past Courtright, and it's a 2-on-1. He's got War across. War can shoot.
Oh,
great
what a
save by
save.
Burmis. Burmis with a dazzling save. Stats has it. He sends it back. Might be save of the tournament by Burmis.
Best I've
there.
seen for sure.
Just an incredible save. Foreman. This is Gibbons seeing his first ice of the day. Casey Gibbons sends that forward. Lopez charges down after it. Zoba. Zoba controls behind the net. Zoba, touch pass. Swords to Zoba. Touches back to JC. Swords goes on a wander out of his D spot. JC looking for a long pass. Tries to go up past Tony. It does get out. Touched back. This is Justice Foss.
Number 9 is James. Don't have last name.
JC tries to find Zoba. This could be dangerous. Oh, he couldn't catch it either. 2 missed passes there. James forward. Tries to walk the world and manages to stay onside. Might have been offside. Here's a chance. Foss! Blocked by Burmis. Foreman trying to control it past Eckhart. Eckhart wins it, tries to send it out front. Street can't get it. Street has the ball off the wall. Pestered by Tony Sikic, sends it down to Eckhart. Sent in. Burmis makes a toe save. James taps that around to Street. Street, back to James, touched off by Petey. Pete's got Lopez. He just tries to wing it up and out, but it won't be out. That's kept in by Blake Bashon. Blake battling forward. Oh, too many men. Blake carries forward. Might have gotten away with one there in the shift. Briefly had too many men over the boards. Legion dodges that bullet. Sikic resets. 1-0 Kelly Lake. They scored 16 seconds or something into the game. 9:37 remaining here in the first. Tony Sikic just calming things down, settling the pace. Like we talked about earlier, so much of this game is about who's controlling pace, who's dictating what's happening. Houchin tries to find War and does. War makes a cheeky behind the back pass he probably regrets, and that flares forward. Here's Lopez on an absolute tear, trying to beat Spencer to the ball, can't quite do it. Kirby and a touch pass to Hansen. Hansen trying to walk the world, manages to get past one, tries to touch it around, maybe one too many passes there. Kirby could have kept that on his broom and probably gone for the backhand. Here's Hansen. Hansen's got a chance at a wrister. There it is, in. Nice play by War. Classic Legion goal, spin it to the backhand and shelf it. They love that play. In fact, they've been calling it out on the ice. Trying to work it into the center and just whip the ball high. Well, we're getting the final that we wanted. 1-1, 8:48 remaining in the first. Kellum wins the draw. Ta touches that over to Courtright, and Courtright probes forward. Courtright just tries to touch it in. Sword stands on the pass. That's back to Conan, who sends a bouncing ball through. Swords manages to get that out, and here's Ta. Ta's got it. He touches that to Courtright. Courtright back to Ta. Ta just flipping the pass. Casey's trying to be the first one there. Stats will actually be one down the wall. He's got it. He whips it around. Casey seals off his guy nicely. Keeps the ball, trying to force it in front. Keeps it on his broom. Dazzling set of hands on Gibbons. Here's Courtright.
Scoring for Legion BC, number 45, Max War, with an assist to number 7, Blake Hansen. That goal happened at 6:12.
Vashon sends that over to his brother. Blake sends that down. They're going to get a change. And there's a chance at a pass up the middle. Beautiful pass by Burmis, the goaltender. He tries to spring Lopez for a breakaway, but to no avail. Eckhart forward to Street. Street's onside. Got War in front. Oh, pass batted nicely aside. Here's Zach Lopez. Sends that to Sikic. Sikic has got Lopez in space. Can he break past Justice? He cannot. Nice play by Justice to counterattack. Courtright. This falls to Spencer. Spencer with the one-time blast. It's in on Mervis. Got a chance. Batted aside by Sikic. Sikic to Spencer. Spencer will unload again. Ball bouncing through, blocked by Sikic. Here's Lopez. He's got Winks. Winks can't quite catch up to the ball. Kirby back checks nicely. Here's Pete Sikic. He's got Lopez on the far side, and it's through. Could be a goal. JC makes an aggressive save. JC bails him out and sends a late stick up on Lopez there. Some sort of little frustration. People getting under each other's skin already. Here's Sikic. Sikic should have just driven the ball. JC makes the save, and everybody's hard into the net. And that's not going to go over well. Lopez takes a cheap shot on JC, I think. And Spencer probably is due to sit somebody down here at some point. They're going to get him on a charge? Is it going to be a penalty?
No, I think they're just saying that Winks was the one who originally knocked it off.
Got it. Some of the Kelly Lake players looking around frustrated, but looked like some late antics there from Lopez on the goaltender. And we'll see. We'll see what that results in. Can't have a men's A final without a little spice, you know. You got to put a few peppers in the chili, as it were. 6:32 remaining, first half.
Oh.
JC needs an equipment moment. At some point they'll be forced to call their timeout if he doesn't get that rig.
They're usually pretty lenient with goalies, though.
Yep. Looks like he's settled and ready. Ouch and forward. Aiden touches that on, trying to get past Tony. Tony steps aside. Tony flares that forward. Eckhart will be the first one there. Eckhard to Blake Basham. Basham tried to touch it up. Can't quite get that through. James sends it to Blake. Blake's fighting on the wall, manages to get past Sikic. He's got his brother in front. Tony back checks nicely. Blake dumps Foreman. Foreman's laughing about it. The game is going to get physical. That's no surprise. Not a lot of love lost here. Aiden tries to walk. That's chopped aside. Kellum with a toe pass to Foreman. Foreman just up the boards to Conan. Houchin will be the first one there. Sends that around to Hansen. Hansen wanders back behind his net to reset. Light pressure from Kelly Lake. Nothing extraordinary. Neither of these teams really putting a forecheck on worth anything.
Wide open.
Long, beautiful pass to Street. Street's got Sikic in front of him and Eckhart cutting. Oh, it fans on the pass, and that's touched away. Kept in. They counted in. Hansen manages to keep that on sides. Oh, confusion, and now it's a 2-on-2. Lopez. Swords is going to cut him off. Sends it across Street, back checking, manages to come up with that one. Foss touches it to him. Street behind his net. Street sends that forward. Swords, he has it. Swords to the middle. This is Blake on a touch pass to Foss. Nice play. And there, might have been offsides there, but they give it. There's a drive, high and wide. Doesn't come around the back of the net. Burmis knocks the net off. Smart play. And we got 4:45 remaining. I think Kirby was clearly offside.
Anyway.
.445 remaining in the first half. It's 1-1. Kelly Lake scored early on their first shift. Legion answered. Ball to the center of the ice and a flip by Max War. Lopez just trying to use his speed on Spencer. Spencer hauling back to touch it to JC. If they keep doing that all game, I don't know that Spencer's going to hold up. I mean, it's a smart play. Just keep doing it, and maybe he runs out of gas. That ball's touched in. Here's Sikic. I don't know how many matches he has to burn. There's Sikic to Courtright. Courtright to Lopez. Lopez has been giving these guys trouble. Zach's playing really well in the final here. Spencer calms things down. Batted in. Burmis has it. Sikic takes over. 3:44 remaining in the first half. Light pressure from the Legion players. This is James giving pressure on Sikic. Sikic will just wheel behind the net. Oh, man. Burmis gets dumped by James trying to come back in his crease.
Pretty incidental contact there.
Yeah,
Burmis
yeah.
kind of sold it a little, but
Sold it a little. He'll pay him back, though. He's talking to him. Hand on his chest. This game might get frisky. It'd be kind of fun. We haven't had one get frisky in a while. Foss. Quinto has that down in the corner. He saucers that back to Courtright, who touches it right back down to him. Kellum tries to make a cut in front. It's just not there, so he'll drop it to the corner. Down around to Conan. Conan whips it up and around. Kellum can't get to it first, though, and here comes Legion in a counterattack. No real numbers. Houchin's got a guy coming behind him, doesn't know it. Blake Hansen will take over, and look at Foss ginger off the ice. Barely waddles off the ice. I wonder if he's hurt. Or if fatigue is just setting in for him. He wasn't moving real well there. Swords on his annual forecheck.
Known as the opposite player.
And Courtright sends that up to Casey. Hansen. Oh, touch
Gibbons
on Casey.
beating everybody.
What a play. Casey's so savvy.
oh.
Swords knocks that back out. This is Foreman. Oh, Casey wants that ball. He's got Swords sealed off. That's a nice block by War there. Talk about expanding out on shooters. That's what you do. There's Wari gets hauled down.
Nothing.
No call. No, it's a good no call.
Yeah.
I mean,
When the boys play here.
yeah,
today.
absolutely. And Legion is kind of known as a team that if you breathe on them, they fall over. And I just don't think that.
Oh, Street getting
Reed
fancy.
getting fancy. There's a one-handed shot. There's Hansen. This is Eckhart. There's
Another
a one-hand
one-hander.
drive blocked nicely by Courtright. He just stayed in his position, was ready for it, and just ate the shot. Kept in. Here's Hansen. Hansen driving it.
Numbers.
47
Oh.
seconds. Plenty of time in the half. Burmis is going to play it aggressively. Might backfire if they can get behind the net. Courtright will be the first one there. Bashon with some pressure. Up and out. And here's Lopez one-on-one with Spencer. They've been trying it all day. 34 seconds. He tries to walk. He's going to shoot it. There it is. Off the post. Off JC and off the post. 25 seconds. Talk and drive it. Passes on the shot. Sends it wide across. This is Winks. Winks with a hammer. Blocked nicely by Spencer into no man's land. Zoba's trying to be the first one there, but Lopez beats him. Here's Ho. Tahoe taps it to Sikic.
10 seconds.
Sikic to Ta. 9 seconds. Shot. Blocked by JC. Good save there. Sikic with one last little burst. Sent in front, but blocked by JC. That'll take us to the half. Barn burner. 1-1.
Legion BC won. Shots on goal in the first period. Kelly Lake with 6. Legion BC with 5.
We go 6-5 in shots, 1-1 on the scoreboard where it matters. Interesting half. Felt like it could kind of descend into chaos, but both teams kind of pulled it together and didn't let the tempers flare too high. Well, both of these teams, there's certain keys that you have to play them against. Legion counterattack. You shut that down. Every time a Legion player makes a pass, you run with the person who just made the pass. Because they're trying for the give and go. If you give up on a Legion player, they will get behind you, the ball will get flipped, and you're in trouble. Kelly Lake, it's a little different. Kelly Lake wants a long pass on a break. You'll see Sikic stand behind his net for 30 seconds. Wait. And that long pass that sends in an odd man rush. Both teams will talk it over, figure out what they want to do. They're getting a great game out of Burmis. He's made some great saves. See what the second half has in store. The usual suspects take the ice here. Kirby will be in the draw circle against Sikic. Winks and Lopez to his right and left. Warren Hansen. Eckhart and Spencer for Legion. Foreman and Sikic for Kelly Lake. Won by Kelly Lake. Tony controls. Tony sends that over to Foreman. Foreman sends that up. It's blocked nicely. Eckhart tries to walk it in, past Foreman and does. Controls, tries to tap it back up the wall, doesn't have it. Here's Lopez. One more time on Spencer. This has been battle of the game so far. Tries to send it in front, can't do it. Another good defensive work by Spencer, who's holding up under pretty withering pressure. Here's Sikic. Sikic with a drive.
Lopez and Spencer get into it in the corner
A little
after the
bit
rest
in
of the play.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be that way. It seems like that's the soap opera that we're watching right now. It's Lopez and Spencer.
Protecting their team.
Yeah. Here comes Kirby with Sikic back checking hard. Kirby controls and protects. There's the flip pass that we talked about. He's offside. Nice play by Burmis. I think he might have been off, but it was close. Here's Sikic. Sikic just gets it deep and goes for a change. JC will take this one. Houchin will come and support. Both teams put some new personnel on the ice. Just getting started in the second half. A 1-1 game. 13:43 remaining. Everything you want in a championship game so far. Zoba saucers that forward. Zoba's on a run. Zoba's got a heck of a wrister. He tries to throw it up over Vermis. Goes off the crossbar. Nearly delivered the wrister that he was hoping to. There's a drive blocked. Conan will just try to chip it out. Swords will control and touch that to Houchin. Houchin's got Blake Bashon, who sent the wrister in. Bounce
Off the helmet.
Off of Burmis' helmet. Burmis has come up big. Those are not easy saves to make. That ball comes quickly out of nowhere. This is Street. Street's going to try to wrap around. Street surveys, touches it back. Send in front, block nicely there by Todd. Doesn't even get to the goaltender. James trying to find Blake in front. Can't do it. Spencer's wandered low. Spencer sends that around. James tries to touch it between his legs. Kellum to court right now. That's trouble. Here's Blake and a goal. Tough play there. Kellum to Courtright. Courtright couldn't do much with it. Faced pressure. Ball bounced out. And just low and hard to the far post. Legion takes a critical 2-1 lead. Kelly Lake struck early. Legion has not panicked. 2-1. Tony Sikic, some choice words for his teammates on the ice here. Trying to get his team fired up. So here we go, the top line back out for Legion. Top line back out for Kelly Lake. And they will ride these horses an awful lot the rest of the way. You know, there's a reason you've got show ponies, and this is the time. Here's Kirby with a drive. Burmis makes a save. That ball's loose in front. Here's a drive by Houchin. Blocked by Burmis. Burmis lost his helmet, and they have to call a whistle right away.
Scoring for Legion BC, number 55, Alex Spencer. Time of that goal comes at 2:45. Spencer.
That's not right.
No.
That was
Is he watching a different game?
Spencer was nearby, but it was Blake Basham
Yeah,
that scored.
Blake Bashon scored that.
As I add in the comments there.
Yep.
Text him. Text what you.
Yeah, definitely Blake Bashon scored that.
Blake Bashon.
There's a drive and
That was a goal!
Edward! Vermis at it. Got a blocker on it and touched it in. Eckhart, 3-1 Legion, and now Kelly Lake's going to have to dig.
Assist from who?
That was touched across from Houchin, I think. Eckhart. Shot from distance. Burmis will want that one back. He's played well, but that's one he'll want back. Legion putting some pressure on now. And what does Kelly Lake have in the tank? 3-1, 11:27. There's the long pass from
Scoring
Sikic to
for
Wink.
Legion BC, number 86, Ben Eckert.
Getting mobbed by
Assist
Foster.
number 17, Casey Kirby. Time of the goal, 3:18. Ben Eckert from Kirby. On the first goal, it was the second goal for them.
Sikic
The goal
trying to
was
find a teammate.
by
Blake.
Spencer.
No.
Okay, nope, nice try.
No.
Blake Bashon.
It's okay, guys. Foreman controls.
Everybody but him.
Foreman to Conan. Conan's got a bomb. There's a shot just wide. Sikic playing hard, trying to come up with the ball, and does. He's going to drive it just high. Here's Tony. Shot in off the side. Kelly Lake's going to have to come alive. Foreman sends that over. Foreman to Conan. Conan loses control of it, but Foreman takes over. Now touch back to Conan. Maybe it's getting real greasy out there. Conan doesn't look like he can grab the ice very well. That's blocked nicely by Foss. Sikic trying to get in on the play. Sikic needs a change. Foreman changes. Kellum and Todd take on. Tony's going to come off. Courtwright's going to come on. How late into the game, down 2 goals, are we going to wait till we see the lineup of death where it's Tony and Cam and Petey and Winks all on the ice at the same time? Essentially the power play unit just Iron Manning it to try to get him back in. That's historically been the move. We'll see. That's blocked nicely by Ta. Kept in nicely there by Conan. Ta tries to touch that down to a teammate and does. But Quinto wheels it back up to Ta. Ta sends that back to Conan. Conan wants the shot, doesn't have it. Dangerous pass to Courtwright. It skitters into the free ice here, and Courtwright will take over with 9:23 remaining, down 2 goals. Sends it over to Ta. Touched in. Spencer will scamper back and control that behind his net. He's happy to just see time come up. What a pass! It's a breakaway for Eckhart. Eckhart flips it over the back of the net. And that dude gets buried by Ta.
Yep, top penalty, I think. Or no, I'm not sure. Yep.
Yeah. It was. I mean, he just buried the guy after the whistle.
Yep.
PK for Kelly Lake, not what they needed. Frustration play there. 9:01 remaining. Now they got to kill a penalty. Hard to do. Interference is the call. Tony doesn't like it. There isn't a call in the history of broomball that Tony likes, though. Let's be honest. All right, that's one. The draw there. Tony takes.
On your penalties been assessed, the Kelly Lakes number 2.
Sends that forward.
Hold,
Can
2 minutes for
Casey get there?
interference.
He
And that
cannot.
penalty comes at 5:59. Hold for interference.
Here's War. Touched in. Bashan just chips that over to Hansen. Hansen touches that to Spencer. Spencer over to War. War to Spencer. Spencer down to Bashan. Bashan to Foss. Foss will control. They're up 2 goals. They don't have to accomplish much here. Just keep the ball and eat clock. Manufacture the shots when they come. You don't need to force it. Take the best shot, not the first shot. If you're down a goal, maybe different. Maybe take the first shot. Priorities change.
Even if you're up 1 goal, you're pretty worried about Kelly Lake pulling the goalie late.
Totally,
but
yeah.
the up
Yep.
2 goals,
Be smart. Take the best shot that comes. There's Lar touching it to Spencer. Spencer tries to find it back door. That would have been a huge, just dream killer there. Foss sends that to Spencer. He can't quite get in. Casey's going to pass pressure. That's a risk that Casey wants to take. If he had had one more step on him there, he might have been able to close the distance. 7:33 remaining. That's chipped up and out. Legion gets a chance to change personnel. Kelly Lake keeps their 4 out there.
about to be full strength.
Taz just got a few seconds left in his penalty. He'll probably go straight
Kelly
out.
Lake full strength.
Oh, he's coming for a change. They have possession. Full strength. Here we go. Winks on. What kind of magic does Kelly Lake have late? Under 7 to play. You're down 2 goals. The time is now for sure. And can Legion just squeeze them in a vice here? Here comes Sikic on a run. Sikic trying to make a pass up to Lopez. That's batted aside nicely by Houchin. Bashan with a drive. Burmis will take over. Burmis sends it to Foreman. Foreman tucks behind the net. Ta blocked aside by Houchin. Ouchin in some space. He sends a wrister in on Burmis. Burmis makes a save. We're going to face off low, 6-12. Kellum versus Kirby here. Won by Legion. There's a shot, tip, just wide. Burma sprawls through the crease. Hansen. That's touched aside by Kellum. Blake makes a play. Foreman touches it. Conan to Foreman. Under 6 to play. Kellum's got to hustle to that ball. Kelly Lake looks tired. Kelly Lake looks tired.
I didn't even.
Hooked up, but not a nice save by Burmis, actually. Stayed with it. Foreman tries to clear. 5:37.
I'm probably gonna go back to my. Yeah, this is enough.
Touched in. JC takes over. Here comes the heavy weaponry for Kelly Lake. Yep.
They might not come out the rest of the
They
game.
may not. This is the last charge. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Sickett tries to make a play begging for an interference. Does not going to get it there. Spencer just kind of stood his ground. Here's Sickett. Tony sends a wrister in. Bounce nicely blocked by Spencer. Here's Bashan. That's chipped up and out, and Blake's going to go on a run. He wheels that all the way around. Sickett will take over. 4:46 remaining in the game. Sickett has the ball. Sends the long pass up. Courtright trying to touch that wide. Does so past Foss. Foss will get it.
Gotta be thinking about pulling for Kelly Lake soon.
At some point. Probably 3.5, something like that, down 2. Here's Courtright. Lopez. Courtright. Sickett. Sickett with a drive. Bounced off of Spencer. Winks will grind in the corner. Sickett will take over. Sickett sends that to Courtright. Courtright to Sickett. There's a shot wide all the way. I think he's trying to send that wide. Lopez makes a run low. Winks. Sends it to Courtright. Courtright's got Ta. That's sent low to Pete. Pete's got to get a cutter. Winks is slow to that cut. Sickett's trying to do it himself. James blocks it. Ta pinches nicely and carries the ball. He's got it. James makes a nice play. Legion's in a 2-on-1. Ball's across. Bashan's going to be there. Courtright gets back nicely defensively. Big changes for both teams. Here's War. War can snap a wrister and does. That ball's bouncing through. It deflected in front. It's 4-1. And Legion is going to win a national championship here. 3:23 remaining. 4-1 Legion. Somewhere, Max Longchamp is patting himself on the back. That was what he predicted was the score for this game.
4-1?
Legion.
Wow.
So, hit for him.
Playing ultimate right now.
Second goal from Max War in the day.
Scoring for Legion BC, his second of the game, number 45, Max Moore with an assist. The number 12, Aiden Bashan. Family goal, 11:37, War from Bashan.
Oh, totally.
Get wings. Wings come out. Lopez, Sickett, Cam. Called for a penalty.
Yeah, they might dive all over the place. Who knows? I don't know. You got to have something weird happen. Go 6-on-4, get one, and then get another one, and then another. I mean,
I'll
it's
admit it. I mean,
basically it's
not out of reach quite
a
yet.
heck of a mountain to climb, though. And you need something really to happen in the next 30 seconds to sort of keep the hope up. You know, it's like I've seen sicker dogs get well, but not much sicker. a ball deep is as good as a goal for Legion right now. Anything down there that isn't an icing is. Here's Casey. Casey just trying to make a play, couldn't quite do it.
Oh, and
there's
that's
the
an
play.
empty net.
Empty netter. And there it is. 5-1. And now the clock will run, and the game is well and truly over. Blake Hansen runs it down. 5-1. Legion. .238 remaining. Already starting to celebrate a little on the Legion bench with 2:30.
That goal comes at 12:08.
A lot of hard work to win this tournament. Requires an awful lot of effort all year long. JC battling hard. There's a drive by Tony, almost tipped in. There's a ball free in front and
that's in.
scores. That is a goal. 2:03. Casey Gibbons, I think, swatted that home. 5-2. Clock does stop.
There's hope.
Any idea who assisted that one?
Ball was kind of sprawling
Yeah.
in front end. I know Casey got it, but craziest thing I've ever seen. Court right.
Scoring for Kelly Lake, number 23, Casey Shakes Gibbons. And
That ball's
assist
in
to
front.
Number 8, Jim Foreman. Time of that goal, 12:57. Gibbons. One for
There's a drive and a goal. 5-3 with 1:47.
All right.
Down 2 now, 1:47 remaining. And Legion tightens up a little bit. Yeah, they took it. That burns the regulation timeout.
Kelly Lake is taking their 11th
If
timeout.
something really crazy happens, then both teams would be awarded an additional timeout in the overtime period. That's a Legion timeout. I believe that is. Kelly Lake talks it over. Well, what do we need to do, guys? Well, I would say we need to score.
Let's score a couple more.
Let's go put some more goals in there, guys. All right, I'll do that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's the
Scoring
discussion.
for Kelly Lake, number 22, Tony Sickert.
Every shot's a good
Assist to
shot.
number 13, Pete Sickert. Time of that goal came at 13:13.
Huge.
From Sickert.
Gotta win a face-off.
Yep. And then just charge for it. I love how Courtright just go. Yeah, just go. Spencer and Houchin out on defense for Legion now, probably the rest of the way.
Oh.
Just hammered down. Oh, he doesn't like it. And goes for a slash there. Sikic is ticked. He got railroaded in the draw circle.
Not be happy colors, to be honest.
Oh.
Saucered away. No icing. 125. Sent in. Sikic tries to touch it in. Lopez has it. Now Sikic does. He taps it to Foreman. Ball across. Here's Tony. Tony's got Cam.
Oh, he's
Cam's
got
Lopez
backdoor.
back door. There's the ball. Bouncing through.
Oh.
And it's saved by JC. 105
Lopez was open.
remaining. Lopez was open. Had that ball get through,
Foreman's almost got there.
that was darn close.
There it
Watch for some shenanigans in the face-off circle here.
is. Let's see what shenanigans happen this time.
Sikic's just going to go high in the broom.
Blake might catch a stick to the chest.
Look at the way Foss is running. He wants the draw, though. He thinks he's better in the draw circle.
Well,
Sikic kind of sort of won that low himself.
1 minute
Spencer's
remaining in the
fighting.
second period.
Digging hard. Can the ball fall free to Kelly Lake here? It bounces around. Kellum has it. Kellum's super strong back there. And here's Sikic. Sikic will send it up to Tony. Tony's got 48 seconds. They need 2. It's got to be a drive now. Sikic should better shoot it. You got to get another one.
somebody's got to shoot.
38,
Shoot the ball, boys.
35 now.
34 seconds.
There it is. Shoot that.
It's going to be hard to score twice now. Too much time off the
now.
clock.
Gotta shoot now.
Too much time. There's a shot blocked by Spencer. Hanson's got 21 seconds, just needs to flare it out. Sikic knocks it down. They want a high broom. They're never going to make that call. 15 seconds. Here's a shot from Lopez. Lopez squirts it forward. Spencer's just going to send it out, and that'll end the game. Legion is your 2025 National Broom Ball champion. And there we go. 5-3 it ends.
Final score,
Legion wins.
BC 5, Kelly Lake 3.
What a weird and interesting game.
To the men's 2025 ABA National Champion, Legion BC.
Thank you for listening. We'll be back with more Broom Ball.